my fellow Americans. I never thought I'd have to address you like this. Hell, I never thought I'd have to address you, period. I'm sure a lot of you, probably most of you, are asking, who the hell even are you? I don't think that's important right now. My name's Eric Page, but like I said, who cares about that right now? You're clearly familiar, intimately familiar with what's happening in the country, in the nation at the moment. And I'll be addressing all of you as best I can. But first, I want to address one specific group, and I think it's really important that you hear what I have to say. Black bloc protesters. You know who you are. If you don't know what a black bloc protester is, well, you don't need to know for the purpose of what I'm about to say. Look, I get it. You're pissed off, man. And you're thinking, hey, this is the good time to do what needs to be done. And, I'm not saying you're wrong. And a lot of people want to give you a pass on, like, the looting and the fucking breaking shit and the graffiti. And you know what? I'm inclined to give you a pass on it, too. Because, yeah, okay, but that part of it is done. Now it's time to move on to do some real soldiering. And this is what I'm talking about. You need to break up into cadres, like as 6 to 12. 6 minimum, 12 maximum. And there's good practical reasons for this. Pull any maneuver of any tactical significance, you need at least 6 people. After 12, the breakdown of communication, it's just not worth it. And this isn't my opinion. This is many, many years of military history and training that will back me up on this. Okay, you need to get riot shields. There's YouTube tutorials on making your own. If you can go that route, if you can't get them any other way. What you do is when you come into the protest, you want to be close to the police line, but not too close. You want to be right up front. In fact, kind of keep those shields sort of under wraps. Put signs on them. Do whatever you got to do, right? But just have them ready, right? Because you're not trying to provoke the cops so much as, but if they start shooting violence, you want to be ready. Because the whole thing is to protect the people. That's what you're there for, right? So when the rubber bullets, the tear gas, whatever starts, you can move forward, form a phalanx of sheets. That's where you put the phalanx, you put the shields together, and if the cops come forward, you rush back at them. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, well, I'm small and I'm kind of scared. I don't think I can rush at some cops even with a shield, because it's just a shield. What? No, okay, look, don't worry about that. You can still be a soldier. You hang back a little further in the crowd. Situational awareness, that's something everybody should have all the fucking time, but especially in this situation. You gotta look for your most vulnerable people. I'm talking about kids, I'm talking about old people, I'm talking about disabled people, anybody that might have a hard time falling back if, the police advance and they are being violent. Anybody that looks like they might need some help. And if and when shit goes down, you pull those people back. Okay. Also, as long as you're looking up YouTube tutorials, homemade gas masks. Because if they're going to be using tear gas, you need some gas masks. And here's another tip. This sounds crazy, but if somebody's got a leaf blower, you can blow that gas away with that leaf blower pretty good, man. I'm telling you. I saw somebody do it in a video. It's crazy. Now, I want to address the brick issue, because there's been this I've seen a lot of weird things with them laying out bricks. If they're going to lay out bricks, use them, but don't use them for what they think you're going to use them for. Don't throw them through windows and throw them at the cops. Lay them down on the ground. Make little, those little Stonehenge-looking things like they did in Hong Kong. Wherever the protest is, that's where you are. So that way when you fall back, you leave those behind. You make it a little harder for the police to advance after you. Right? So these are just my initial tips. Tactical stuff. People, if you're hanging back in the crowd looking for who's going to need help, definitely look for the medics and liaison with them. Make sure that, like, if they need help taking wounded away, that you're there to help them. I don't know. I guess basically what I'm advising you to is be soldiers, man. And a soldier's job, an American soldier's job, is to take care of American civilians and protect them and their rights. I hope I can count on you to do that. Since our authorities seem to be failing us, it's going to be up to us to do that. That's what it's about. I know, quite frankly, it might be a good idea if you did send the army down there. In fact, we should goad Trump into sending the army. Say, oh, you're a pussy, man. You should send the army in. Because without an act of Congress, that would be an illegal order. And any army unit that's issued that order, that kind of frees them in a way. Because they can come down there, basically, they're going to clear out all the cops before they get there, liaison with the protesters and go, okay, look, we're going to set up and protect you. Because that's what they would do, man. They're soldiers. That's their job. And, I mean, I don't know, I'm just thinking myself, if I was in command of some unit that was sent down to supposedly quell an insurrection in the United States, I'd know that was an illegal order, and I'd be like, well, not taking any more orders from these assholes, so we're just going to do a standing order, which is protect the lives and the liberty of our fellow citizens. So we've been sent down here, we'll just, set up a security perimeter and protect the protesters. But that's me. I mean, that's probably why I was never in the military and would never be given a command. But on the other hand, no. Let me scratch that. That's why I would be given a command, because if you're issued an illegal order, you were not. In fact, you're duty bound to disobey it. That's a real big thing. Like, I was just following orders is not. Let me repeat that, is not a valid defense for a crime in any military court in the United States of America. I'll tell you that. Or any court subject to its jurisdiction. But anyway, so that's just some basic advice. Good luck.